Your ambition, if you have any sense, is actually to become competent.
Do you want to be competent and dangerous, or do you want to be vague and useless? It is definitely the case that there is no more exceptional form of the capacity to be dangerous than to be articulate. And so it's a moral endeavor in some real sense. To become articulate is to become the master of your own tongue.
Every advantage comes with a disadvantage. So if you're extroverted, you're social and you're positive, but you're impulsive and you can tilt towards hedonism and you can't stand being alone. No matter where you land in the temperamental landscape, you're going to have your associated faults and temptations. You've got a goal, and you'll see that as you progress towards the goal, there'll be obstacles that emerge, and some of them you don't want to confront. That's why it's useful to order your room. Chaotic room makes you anxious. Why? Too many pathways, man.
People don't really repress the things they don't want to face, they just fail to unpack them.
There comes a time in every soul's journey when it must choose between two paths: to remain vague and useless, or to rise and become competent and dangerous. Not dangerous in a way that harms, but dangerous in a way that commands respect. Dangerous in a way that cannot be ignored. Dangerous because you are prepared, sharp, awake, and the world knows it. The call to competence is not whispered. It is roared into the heart of every individual, with eyes that can still see and ears that still listen. To become competent is to become aware of your flaws, aware of your untapped strength, aware of the deep responsibility you bear, not only to yourself but to the world. You are not here to drift. You are not here to numb yourself through life. You are here to sharpen your soul like a blade. Understand this. The dangerous person is not the one who lashes out. The dangerous person is the one who is calm under pressure, because they are capable. The one who chooses their words with precision, who acts with intention, who can fight but prefers peace. The person who has mastered their own chaos so they can bring order to the world around them. That is power. To become competent is to take on weight voluntarily. You must seek the burden that breaks lesser beings, not because you desire suffering, but because growth never blooms in ease. A man who walks uphill willingly gains strength. And if he keeps climbing, his view expands. First the valley, then the city, then the mountains beyond. He sees farther because he has dared more. This life will test you, not once, not twice, but constantly. And if you are not prepared, if you are not trained in mind, in body, in spirit, you will shatter. You will break beneath the burden of mere existence. So the question is not whether you should become competent and dangerous. The question is whether you will survive without it. Start with what is near. Your room, your words, your time. A chaotic space reflects a chaotic mind. Do not underestimate the spiritual toll of disorder. Clean your room not to please others, but to declare dominion over your immediate world. It is a declaration of readiness. Here I begin. That is where your battle starts, with what you can control. Then there is speech. Language is a sword. It is the weapon of the intellect, the key to influence, the bridge to understanding. To become articulate is to master your tongue, and in doing so, your fate. No army is more formidable than a single human being who knows what to say, when to say it, and why. But you will not reach this level by accident. It takes courage to pursue competence. Because to become competent, you must admit your inadequacy. You must stare into the mirror and name your mediocrity. It is a wound to the ego, a crucifixion of comfort, and yet it is the path, not around pain, but through it. People avoid truth because truth disrupts. It shakes the foundations of the house they have built out of excuses. But what good is a house if it collapses in the first storm? What good is a self-image if it cannot withstand reality? Better to be dismantled now and rebuilt than to crumble later when it truly matters. The road to competence begins with humility. You sit on your bed and you ask, what am I doing wrong that I could fix? And your conscience, if you have not silenced it too long, will whisper an answer. Do not ignore it. Obey it. Fix one thing, then another, and another. That is how you climb, one step at a time. You grow in proportion to the weight you carry voluntarily. That is not metaphor, that is law. It is in the carrying of weight that you become formidable. A person who evades responsibility evades meaning, but a person who shoulders it begins to transform, first inside, then outside. You will hear the lie often that the goal is comfort, ease, pleasure, but those are the whispers of death. They seduce the weak into slumber. You are not made for a hammock under the sun. You are made for the fire, for the forge, for the fight. The comfort of peace is earned only through the labor of preparation. You are not a giant infant waiting for a golden bottle. You are a warrior asleep in chains, and the time has come to wake. Have a vision, have a goal that transcends the flesh. Let it be vast, let it be unreachable. Why? Because in reaching for it, you rise. The goal is not the point, the becoming is. To become a person who strives upward, who never accepts stagnation, who greets hardship not with despair, but with the flint spark of defiance. That is what it means to be dangerous. And yes, it is dangerous to speak truth. Dangerous to be bold, dangerous to rise. But do you know what is more dangerous? Remaining silent, remaining small, remaining a shadow of what you could be. Because the pain of cowardice is lifelong. And the regret of unfulfilled potential is a bitter poison. Become competent. Not for applause, not for approval, but because the world is filled with pain and confusion and decay. And somewhere in that chaos, you are needed. Your competence may save a life. Your danger may protect the innocent. Your willingness to stand may inspire another to rise. You are a ripple in the fabric of being. When you step into your strength, that ripple moves outward. It touches your family, your friends, your community, the world. But only if you rise. Do not fear your darkness. Integrate it. Let your shadow teach you where your strength lies. The person who is merely nice is not virtuous. The person who is capable of destruction but chooses restraint, they are virtuous. Because they have a choice and they choose wisely, so become dangerous but disciplined. Become competent but compassionate. Become sharp but not bitter. You will stumble. You will fall. That is part of the climb. But each time, you rise with more clarity, more power, more direction. And in that relentless pursuit of betterment, you become untouchable by the mediocrity that surrounds you. In a world that praises convenience and condemns confrontation, your competence will offend. Your danger will unsettle. Let it. Do not live to appease. Live to awaken. So here you are. You know the truth now. To remain vague is death. To become competent is resurrection. The world awaits your decision. Rise.